Hello beautiful people, Zach Dowdy here, and today we're doing a little bit of a different video, a tier list of all the skate parks in San Diego County. Make sure you smash that like button if you do enjoy this idea in this video, because I limited it to 20 different skate parks that are basically from the 52 freeway, and for technicalities, that's an east and west running freeway, and everything south of that to the border of Tijuana. Those are central San Diego skate parks. I will make a North County version if you guys enjoy this video. With that said, with those parameters set, let's just jump right into it. Obviously, doing something like this is very subjective, so let me just get that out of the way right before we start even judging any of these. I've never done a tier list, so I'm kind of new at this. However, I've been to all of these skate parks. There's a few exceptions, and I'll talk about those when we get there. But this isn't just me seeing a picture and having an opinion. This is me actually riding most of these skate parks for a different amount of time. Let's start with San Isidro Skate Park, which is basically located right by the border. Really fun skate park. It's got a lot of symmetrical shapes to it. I actually was just there recently filming a video, and not a lot of transition, but has really good layout. I think one of the best parks in San Diego. Honestly, I'm gonna put this in the A tier right now, and I know I'm going heavy right off the bat. Hopefully it doesn't give a false impression, but this skate park is amazing. It has perfect ledges. It's got a cool, unique sort of stadium ledge setup that you normally don't see at skate parks. It's almost like a spot, but then there's banks up into the ledges. It's really cool. There's a rail on top of a bank. There's some unique obstacles too. There's some like skatable rocks in the skate park. So it's just like a really fun park. Let's keep it going because we got 20 skate parks. I don't want to make this video super long. I'll talk about a couple things of why I put them in where they are, so I'm not just like dropping them. Chicano Skatepark, right underneath the Coronado Bridge. This is probably the most centrally located skate park. I'm gonna put it in the C category right now because I think it does lack a lot of just different sort of obstacles. It's almost like a big mini ramp, like they put these really long quarter pipes and then just put stuff in the middle. I feel like the design overall could have been thought out a little bit more. It's one of the really unique and rad things about the skate park is that they have a car there. It's like a lowrider car in the shape of a car that's concrete, and obviously that area, Chicano area, there's a lot of lowrider influence, so it's pretty dope that they did do that, and that's pretty unique. They do have this A-frame with a gap and a hubba on the side of it, and I just feel like that thing is really hard to skate just because you can't really get speed to it, and you have to push a lot to get to it. So I feel like just the scale of things didn't really make sense at this park. They have a big hump in one area that is kind of cool to get speed to the quarter pipe, but yeah, I just feel like there was a lot of space, and they could have maybe just fixed the ground. That could have been the best start because there is still rivets in the ground, so you can only ride one way at the skate park. If you ride the other way, or if you go in at an angle, you kind of get caught up on the ground, which can be really annoying for a skate park, the fact that you can like slam just riding flat ground. So Shelltown Skatepark, super fun. I'm actually gonna put Shelltown in the B category. It's really small, but it's really efficient. Like there's a long flat rail that I think anybody that likes skating flat rails will enjoy. There's a good quarter pipe with banks, sort of rollers on the side of that quarter pipe. I filmed a video there with Andy a while back, and that was a really fun park, and there's nobody there. I think that's a big, really cool factor about Shelltown Park too. It's just like, it's always really mellow. So if you're just looking to get like a good skate session without like tons of people in the way, you don't need a lot of obstacles, I think it's a good option for sure. It's not huge, but it has like all the basics that you really need. Next one is City Heights Skate Park number 2. So there are 2 skate parks right in City Heights, and they're literally right next to each other. You skate over the bridge of the I-15 freeway, and you're on either one skate park or the other. First one is this one that has these red rails. It's kind of the same thing though. I'm gonna put it down here next to Chicano Park and C for now. I might move this order around, I don't know. But because it's not, there's a lot of flow in the skate park. Like there is good flow, but they almost put too many obstacles in here. Like this spine thing that they have there is really cool and unique. And the ledges on the outside are really rad actually, or kind of towards the fence. They're just hard to get to and hard to skate. And the way that the obstacles are set up don't really allow for like a good session on those ledges. You only can skate them when nobody else is really skating the obstacle. So I think they did a decent job for the amount of space that they had, but I think it really does lack a good amount of flow. And the same thing, they put that A-frame in there where I just think like the A-frame in skate parks is so redundant and it's just really not that fun, at least in my opinion. The transition is really good there. They have steep transition, they have some mellow stuff, they have something with pool coping on it, which is really rad. Now, this is the City Heights Park number 2. It's really good. I'm honestly gonna put City Heights Skate Park up here in the A category because, and it might move to S because this skate park has everything for everybody. There's a pool there, like a legit pool coping, and it's got Mickey Mouse shape, really fun bowl with a channel in it. I've seen people kill that bowl, like transition skaters love it. And the street course I think is really nice because it is that shotgun layout where it's longer. So it's not a layout where it's a square and there's a lot of flow. There doesn't need to be too much flow because it's nice and long and you can kind of skate from one end to the other. And there's not too many obstacles in the middle. There is another A-frame, there's another gap, of course, like everything, but they have some nice ledges on the side that aren't in the middle of the skate park. I feel like a lot of times places put ledges like in the middle of the skate park. They're on the edge. So it makes flow. Like you can see when somebody's coming, you can go to the other side. There's manual pads. There's just a good amount of everything there for everyone. And I mean, at skate park, there's no perfect skate park. Let's just make that clear right away. But I think City Heights, if there is one that might be perfect, it probably is. I'm actually going to put it in the S category. City Heights might be the best skate park in all of San Diego for just talking like well-rounded, well-designed, uniqueness, good flow. I think if you had to go to any of them, City Heights might be my number one. Next, we're gonna go to the Clairmont YMCA. Because you have to pay to go here, I'm just gonna put it in the D right away. I don't think you should be having to pay to go to skate parks. Obviously, this is a YMCA, so it's wood, it's maintained, but you have so many good options in San Diego. I think this is good if like maybe you have daycare and you need to take your kid to daycare, or if you just want to go somewhere and learn stuff. It is really cool for that. Like I did go there recently with my dad and skated the wood area. I had a lot of fun, but just the idea of paying for a skate park when you have all these great city free public skate parks, it's a little bit hard for me to be convinced to go do that. They do have a really good bowl. I spent a lot of time at the skate park, like so many hours at the skate park, and I probably wouldn't have a lot of the tricks that I have now if it weren't for this place because of all the different options. The next one is Coronado Skatepark, and it's the same thing. Coronado Skatepark is really good, has some of the best bowls, but I'm actually gonna put it in the D too, but you have to pay to go there. You have to pay to skate there, and there's all these other skate parks. Coronado City kind of differentiates themselves from San Diego City. Like they're their own city basically, so they make their own rules and stuff. And a long time ago, there was all the bathrooms were locked up there, and there was nowhere to go pee. And this is like, maybe I'll cut this out, but eventually I ended up having to pee in a bush because there's nowhere to go pee. I ended up leaving that like bush area, and there's like a cop there. Somebody called the cops on us, and I got a ticket for that, and it was like a very big thing that I wanted to go into. But yeah, the city of Coronado itself is kind of a shitty city in my opinion. The skate park has so many kinks. Like every obstacle in the street course has kinks on the bottom of it, besides some newer obstacles that they recently add. But the bowls are really, really good. That's why I have to move it up actually. I'm gonna move it to C, only because those bowls are so well built. I think we're gonna have to shuffle some things. Like in between these three, I still think City Heights 2 should go up in B. We're gonna go to Dallas Skate Park. That's in La Mesa. It used to be a wood skate park that you had to pay for as well. It was a YMCA. There's a lot of empty flat ground space for learning, which I really love. I think a lot of skate parks neglect to just leave nice flat ground area for skating. And there's some nice steep transition that's almost like got like a DIY feel to it that's newer. I'm gonna actually put this in the B category right now. I'm all right with how this is looking so far. Let's just get into some more before I overcomplicate it. This is the Imperial Beach skate park. Super fun park, although it is really, really small. I just don't think they did too much with the obstacles around it. The bowl's really fun. It's just really mellow transition, which is good if you're learning, but I think you'll just get burnt out on the skate park pretty quick if you live near there. I'm gonna put it in the C category for now. Next we have the Kimball skate park. This is in National City. Really fun park, but the problem with this park, I'm gonna put it in C for now. Problem with this park is that there's such a blind spot and it's so narrow. Like it has so much of that funnel kind of narrow layout to where it's almost hard to see when people are coming in that reverse direction, which causes a lot of like crashes and buildup. So yeah, the layout itself is pretty good, but the location and the space that they had to build a skate park, I think just doesn't work that well. However, there are some cool obstacles there and I do enjoy it. I think it's one of those skate parks you have to go really early and it can be fun. But if you're looking to like skate around and like really just kind of pop around, like that's what skate parks are fun for. Otherwise, you might as well go street skate. I think it's just hard to do it. Now we have the Lemon Grove Skate Park, which is a really small skate park, but it's pretty efficient. I'm gonna actually put this Lemon Grove Park up in category B. It has too many obstacles for the amount of space. However, it does have some good flow, and for the amount of small space that they have, it does have something to offer for everyone. There's transition, there's like tech mini stuff, there's ledge stuff, there's a little rail. I mean, it's lacking in a stair set rail, I think, but yeah, it's not my favorite park. I'm gonna put it in B. We're gonna keep moving along. Linda Vista Skate Park. Now this is like everyone's favorite skate park, probably in San Diego. Maybe not everyone's favorite skate park, but a very loved skate park. I don't love it just because the locals are, it's just always hectic there. Like the locals are rad. All the Slappy Garage kids and everyone's from there are super rad. Like there are rad locals. However, I think the park just has all these different people that come in, and it's just, I think it's hard to regulate it there. I don't know. I've just had wild experiences there. However, it is an amazing skate park. It's probably the second biggest skate park in all of San Diego. It has something for everyone. It's crazy. There's like 5 bowls. There's a giant street course. I just feel like there is some areas where I, again, think there should be less obstacles and more empty space for just people that want to learn or skate when it is very crowded. There's this one shell area that, like, hopefully I can find a picture of it, that kind of goes over this little island thing, and it's just not skatable. It goes right into land ski basically, and there's a curb there. For the amount of money that they had and the amount of space, I think it could have just been better thought out. It kind of reminds me of Street Leagues Park, where it's very much like sort of contest formatted. Like you can definitely have contest here, and that's great, but it's not a lot of fun. Next we have the Lakeside Lindo Lake Park. This park is really fun. I'm actually gonna put this up in category A. Another amazing skate park here in San Diego. Really good pool that I love going and making videos at. They got a manual pad, flat rails. They have a little bit of everything here as well too. And it's a pretty small space. I'll say for the amount of space that this skate park has, they probably did the most with it. Like it's just the most fun skate park for that small amount of space. And it's very unique. There's a cool little brick texture and stuff like that, which is really nice. Where the Linda Vista brick texture, I don't know, something about it just doesn't feel the same. You got to do that stuff right. I don't know what it is. Like sometimes it feels like almost like it's painted on there versus like the groove. When you can actually feel the groove, it's a pretty nice feeling rolling over it. Next we have the Memorial Skate Park. Sorry, drink of water. I'm trying to run through this so it's not super long, but we got so many more that I might have to move some things around. All right, Memorial Skate Park, classic, probably one of the second longest standing skate parks in San Diego, up there with Ocean Beach. Memorial Skate Park is going to go, so tough in between A and B. I'm gonna go with B for this one because it has a really good layout, such a good layout. It's really unique how it kind of goes down into this flat area, has a pyramid, some transition ledges, and then they have the big 4-block which you can skate down. You can also use them as creative ledges. I just think it was well thought out. It's a really well thought out design, and the design alone makes the skate park really good for the amount of space that it has. The snake run, unfortunately, is a little bit hard to like maintain your speed in, although I do think it's kind of nice for beginners because it has such good different stages of transition. So it doesn't get too big and it starts nice and small. You can keep your speed too. Like you just have to really know how to skate bowls and figure it out. I don't think it's as challenging as some people might complain to be. And then they have the famous keyhole here, which Eric Winowski and so many other people crush and destroy. That's not even like a skate park at that point. That keyhole is like a legendary spot. It's almost like the modern day Del Mar, if you will. So next we're gonna move on to the Paradise Hills Skate Park, which is still standing. It is a prefab park. That's the only thing I don't really like about it. Probably gonna put it down in the C tier for now because the fact that it's prefab for one, even though it has been standing for a really long time, but because this can also be one of those layouts where I think it can get a little bit boring if you live here and you skate here. The one nice thing is they have like a perfect mini ramp. Actually, just because they have that perfect mini ramp, I want to move it up into the B tier because I think very few skate parks serve just like a perfect mini ramp. And of course, I'm a transition skater, so I think that's always nice to have. You don't always want a bowl or all these unique different things. Sometimes it's nice just to have a standard mini ramp, which is I think maybe one of the only ones as a skate park here in San Diego. So wait, did I put Shelltown in here twice? I think I did. Oh no, Shelltown is there. This other one right here, sorry guys, this one is actually the Chula Vista skate park, my bad. And that one is going to go in tier B. Really big skate park, however, it's just is kind of almost like too big. Like they have these big walls and then like smaller kind of street obstacles in the middle of it. I think it's really fun. If you skate there probably a lot, it would be really cool. Like if you're a local there, you probably have a lot of fun there. Like Tommy Sandoval kills that place. And actually, you know what, I'm gonna move some things from a tier B tier because I don't think it deserves, like Dallas Skate Park is gonna have to go into the C category. Now we have the Ocean Beach Skate Park, and honestly I'm gonna put it right up in the very top because, now let me explain this, is Ocean Beach Skate Park is probably one of the longest standing skate parks now in San Diego that's like open to the public and free, and it has so much big empty space. You can learn flat ground, you can learn transition, and I might be, you know, obviously having a very subjective opinion because I grew up skating this park and I really loved it. There's just so much open space. Even with all the transition, it doesn't run right into obstacle. It makes it for very unique and subjective skateboarding because it's not exactly telling you, pushing you into a certain area that has flow. Even though it has really good flow, it doesn't really narrow you to skating in a certain direction, which a lot of skate parks do, especially like Linda Vista. Like you can't really skate in a unique, different, creative direction. You have to skate in this much more linear direction, which actually I'm gonna move Linda Vista down to B and Memo up to A. To be honest, I think Memo serves much more purpose in general than Linda Vista Skate Park because of that reason. You can just move around so much more. You can enjoy skateboarding in a much more, I guess, just enjoyable way, honestly, versus like just thinking this linear way. Like if you skate for a long time, you've been skating for most of your life like I have, you kind of get bored of just like these obstacle things. You want to be able to do your tricks in different fashions, on different things, in different ways, to just keep evolving. Otherwise it gets really boring. So skate parks at Memorial, Lakeside, San Ysidro Park, City Heights, Ocean Beach, they do a really good job of that. There's very unique ways to skate it. You could skate it in learning or traditional style of skateboarding like tricks, and you could skate it very creatively and abstractly. Washington Street Skate Park is going straight up to S tier because it's one of my favorite places in San Diego. It is built by skateboarders. It's been there for over 25 years right now. We're not even, that's a whole video alone. Washington Street is probably up there with my favorite. These three skate parks so far, I have very, very strong feelings and confidence that these are the three best skate parks in San Diego for sure. City Heights Skate Park, Ocean Beach Skate Park, and Washington Street. And the funny part is these aren't the newest design skate parks. Like City Heights is the newest of this group, but a lot of the newer skate parks you'll see kind of land more in the middle of this tier with the exception of the San Ysidro Skate Park. Now we have Campland by the Bay. This is sort of like a private skate park. I'm gonna put it in category C. It's a private skate park at Campland by the Bay where you can go and camp. I made a whole video about it. I'll leave a link up here if you want to check that out. It's a really fun transition skate park. However, it really lacks anything for street skaters. I think there's one flat rail and one ledge, but they both sit right on a seam. So again, it's kind of like Chicano Park, you have to skate it in a certain direction in order to actually hit the obstacle, which makes it really challenging. And it's just dangerous essentially. Then you have the Belmont Skatepark, which is going in level D because another paid for skate park. I actually haven't hit this. I've only seen videos of it, but it's just all wood, which is really cool. I think it'd be good for, I don't know, a party, an event, but it doesn't look that fun. That's just my opinion. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is super subjective. I'm not gonna go too much more into the details of each one. Let me just do one more glance over and see how I'm feeling about this. I'm actually gonna move Chula Vista Boys and Girls up to A. All right, I know, hopefully this is a lot of talking. I try to do it all in raw, one take, and I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out, but I figured it'd be kind of a fun way to glance over all these skate parks, and I couldn't make a more in-depth video. I just feel like I could go on for like an hour, really going into details about why I like or don't like certain skate parks. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you smash that like button. If you did, I'll make more tiers and go more into specifics of certain skate parks. I'm actually working on a video project right now, a whole series video with Kit and Russell about how to get a skate park made in your hometown from beginning to end. It's going to be a bunch of different videos and talking about the skate parks here in San Diego and how they've been built and kind of just going through some of that process. So Make sure you subscribe for that video series in the future. I'll see you guys in the next one. MASH.